I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
First question, Mr. Hughes. Is he gay?
I am.
Karmic?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think he's gay. I think the relationship is fake. I think this breakup is fake. I think his state of drunkenness is fake. I think his sore throat the other day was completely fake. Buckman, do you remember in Vegas I lost my voice because of drinking?
I do, yes.
And it was just really hoarse. I didn't start talking like this overnight, and it didn't get higher and higher pitched once I noticed people were laughing on fucking Clown Town.
It's interesting you said that, though. Go ahead.
And that's because I'm an interesting person, but shut up a second. The fact that he was then able to sing AC/DC Back in Black, it's like, really? So your throat is so bad, and it doesn't hurt at all, that you can now sing and change volume while you're singing and all this stuff. It's the fakest, stupidest fucking shit ever. And I'm saying this is a guy that watches WWE. It bothers me to see that there are people falling for the work again. I don't know how many times this has to happen before people catch on and realize, I think he might be full of shite here. Panhandler?
We talked about this last year, right? We think he's gay, probably gay. I have no idea. All I know is we're all kind of adults here, at least chronologically. And we've probably, most likely, all of us and listeners, everyone's had a toxic relationship where we've probably said or done some stupid shit, going through breakups. But this stuff is like ridiculously juvenile, right? Like, I mean, the shit they're saying about each other now is insane. I watched a couple of clips of him last night or whatever. He's getting off the fucking rails with this shit.
But Panhandler's right. We saw this last year where they broke up, and then and wouldn't you know it, they ended up going on MLC for paid appearances, and they all said shit like what's the name? Gilly said before that he couldn't come and all this stuff. It's like that's because you're fucking unattractive. That's the answer to the problem. Like, I do think he's gay, but I also don't think that a straight guy can fuck her. That's the point. That's the issue here. I don't even think Granny would fuck her for money.
I thoroughly disagree with you.
Yeah, I can disagree with that too.
Completely. It's him. It's not her. I can't imagine being, 42 and having a woman standing naked in front of me and not being interested. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, with her face,
that wouldn't be. But it was in the dark. It turned out anyway.
But that was a comment I wanted to bring up too. Like,
not dark enough.
How do you not know? What does it matter whether the lights are on or not? I mean, you kind of know where insert tab and the tab is, right? Like, it's not like difficult to figure out. You don't really need a light on to know where to put things. I would hope.
If there's a hole, put it in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Send Zia Anderson the link,
please.
Oh well. And look, man, I understand she's not attractive and all that other stuff, but I don't know.
Panhandler, who do you
something I would do it.
Who do you think's better looking, Gilly or Zia Anderson?
I'm gonna have to go with Zia on this one. I will defend her. That one time she did that strange stream that narrows it down, where she had the bikini top on and she kind of had her hair done and a little bit of makeup. I mean, it did soften her up a little bit. Like, I think she dresses down or looks more mannish. I don't know if that's part of her style or what, right? Because she's always wearing like multiple layers. Who knows how? Like, I've never seen her in person. I haven't met her. I've only seen her, on stream mainly. But no, she's no Zia Anderson. But she's not a complete and total mongoloid. I mean, she's whatever, average or just a regular gal. Again, she's not ugly enough where you can't get it up, right? I mean, if a woman starts rubbing your crank, it's time to go, right? No. Yes. Where's Kankles? She can answer that.
I'd put Kankles over fucking Gilly.
Yeah, I mean, we all would, but look, whatever you want to say. I've seen Gilly pictures of Gilly performing on stage and doing that stuff, and it's just like, Admittedly, I've been with worse. You know, and who am I? As Pope Francis said, who am I to judge? Right?
And the whole thing happened because Pat Dixon wouldn't give her any attention. That's the only reason. And once he officially didn't give two fucks, and I'm going to say what I said the other night. The fact that they broke up just as he started a brand new YouTube channel so that a whole lot of people could suddenly super chat and donate in. It's like, come on. What are you, fucking retards? And then she went on MLC streaming with his green screen in the background. It's like, well, what the fuck's the green screen there for? You can't. Brennan. I just thought that the whole thing was fucking, it's so dumb. It's just fucking stupid. I'm stupid and I shouldn't be able to notice that this is dumb.
I disagree with you, man. You keep thinking that this is all the work. I think that there's some working that they're trying to do, but I don't think these two are creative enough to pull off a work.
But they did it before twice.
They didn't. What was the work, Hughezy?
When they've pretended to break up before and then stupid, totally straight Karmic hit the camera and Gilly was right there beside him. Oh, I gotta get my Red Bull here. Remember?
No, yeah, that was like post him calling her all those names. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, this is way after that.
Yeah, this is when they were supposedly broken up for the second time.
He did, yeah, but that... Right, okay, all right, I understand. But that was like a one-off. That's what I mean by like they're not creative. It's like I'm sure they came up with that idea on the fly, you know? Like his Caddy Z stuff and whatever. He can't...
Yeah, Caddy Z was an opportunity for Karmic to be gay.
For Gilly, like, just say it's all legit and they did like each other and it was a relationship. Like, for her... It's like a second, like, how is this any fun? Like, monitoring everything he does or worried about if he's drinking or doing drugs or whatever the case may be. Like, it just seems exhausting to me. Why would you want to be in that kind of relationship? Relationships are tough enough. Like, why would you need to worry about every little thing he's going to do or say? Like, there obviously is absolutely zero trust between the two of them. Now he's complaining or crying or talking about some guy named Steve or Sugar Daddy, which this is an arc I did not see coming. So I can't wait to send Steve the link. Let's get some answers from Steve.
Sorcerer is in the chat, and we wouldn't want to ask him to violate anything. But isn't this like a type that wanting to take care of somebody like this and wanting to save him?
Yeah,
like Gilly seems like she's that type to me. Like, this is the joy that she gets in a relationship. Like, you're like, oh, it's tiring and who wants to do it? But it might be something that it works for her.
Okay, well, it doesn't come across as a compassionate, I'm going to save this dude or I want to help this guy. It comes across, again, we're getting one side of the story, really, and she has kind of a history. It seems more of a from a control aspect than I'm going to help this. Like, you know, it's not like a supportive, hey, I got you, whatever, I got your back, this type of thing. Let me help you.
Do you think, though, that any of it from Karmic's side is performative?
Yes.
When he was on Clowntown, and I think you were there, were you, Pan?
Not the whole show, but part of it, yes.
Yeah, I thought that, like, I understand it was funny, and then it was making people laugh, but I thought he was coming across as completely ridiculous. And... But like, I'm just repeating myself now.
Yeah, he's got such a ridiculously, you know, I guess sort of a standard. His, you know, what we consider ridiculous. He's always kind of ridiculous, right? So it's hard to tell for me the levels of it. I kind of get lost in.
Usually, I don't know. I was listening to Pretty Antisocial and the stuff she was saying about Felicia, and whatnot, and I think. I don't know, man. I sat there going, no, this was Karm. I'm 100% sure, like, the breathalyzer, the drug test, all that shit was him wanting it and her going along with it.
I think, if you want to, test me for substances there, or is he making the whole thing up because he's just looking for attention and content online as he's trying to rebuild his YouTube presence?
I will say I believe her that one at where he was so desperate to get her back that he offered the drug test or the breathalyzer. Like I do believe that was probably his idea. Like I'll even do this if you stay. Right? He was at that desperation mode to get her back. I'll do anything. I'll say anything. Just take me back. Here's are the conditions that sound good at the time, and then the next week you're like, ugh, why did I get back with this woman?
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like there was a time where he was like, ugh, why did I get back with this woman? I think he really got hurt that they broke up. I don't know. I think you're overestimating Felicia, or am I saying, or underestimating her? Because the other night, right, when he first started this, when he came back, it was like how she found the pill and he was drinking in Vegas, and then she said she left, right? And it's like my impression was she left him. He didn't break up with her. It wasn't like he got upset and walked away. He'd have stayed forever.
Yeah, she left his house because she found the hydrocodone or the Vicodin or what, the same difference, where he was saying it was codeine for the first couple of nights. And she left. But then he later said that he flipped out when she found it because, he was embarrassed. You know how guys get when they finally get busted and there's nowhere to turn. You try and gaslight them, as the kids love to say, and we use in this universe too much, and kind of reverse the gimmick and, start blaming her for it. It's her fault that she found it.
Or did they cook up or work together?
I don't think it's a work. You do? I don't. I just think they're two very strange people.
I think there are a couple of cunts who need this type of attention. I think that getting back on MLC, Brennan is clearly Karmic's new Pat Dixon. And I think Karmic's whole thing is, I need to get on MLC. I need Mr. Brennan to look at me so that I can feel nice. And for Brennan, I gets them on when they have a storyline specifically. I'm pretty sure before the end of this week, Brennan's going to have Karmic and Gilly on at the same time. So strap in for the predictableness.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I definitely think that's the angle Kevin's going for, working, and no one's going to be surprised if that happens. But Gilly, Felicia, she hasn't been really streaming throughout this whole ordeal, right? The other night with Kevin, Sunday night or whenever it was her first time on screen in a long time. Like, she's been staying out of it. She's not wanted him to even mention her name. She was Esteban for 4 months. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if she wants the attention. But again, when she gets on there, she too says some wild shit about him that, like, no man wants their ex to start saying this shit just in the friend group or the mutual friend group, let alone online to the world. Can't get it up, and he's talking about her odor or this, that, the other thing. Like, it's just, they're both, she's mid-30s, he's over 40. Like, it's kind of wild.
She's only in her mid-30s?
No, they're both the same age.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they're both like 42.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a fucking rough 30 years she's been having.
It was interesting when Kevin asked her the other night if she was done with Dabbleverse men, and she didn't say no. So who's gonna step up to the plate?
Clearwater Chad.
No, she's not gonna do that.
I didn't think she'd go with Karmic.
Maybe I'll take one for the team, for the content.
I would love it if you did that.
Could you fucking imagine?
Yeah, I would love it if you did that. Yeah, her cunt probably looks like your face. But the thing is, I would love for it to be you finally do that where you bang Gilly to take one for the team, and just right then and there, you see Zia Anderson walking down the street with her divorce papers in her hands.
Exactly. She's coming to finally go out with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute, are you Panhandler? Oh, wait, so you're in a relationship. See ya.
What if Gilly and I fall madly in love, and it works out?
No, you would punch her.
Dare to dream, boys. Dare to dream.
Well, you know what's going to happen is a panhandler even does this as a joke, as a goof. He'll fall in love, right? And then it'll be like he'll be trying to fix Gilly. That would be amazing.
Hold on. If what she's saying about Carmex is true, I'll open up her to a whole new world of getting fucked right. So it will be a whole different girl, Gilly. everybody knows this is fact. So you're welcome, ladies. You're welcome.
I just got hard that right now.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
I am 100% convinced
Okay.
that this is, well, aside from that this is real. Like, this breakup is real, and I think the shit that goes on in the relationship was real, except when you, like, I listened to Gilly when she was on with Kevin the other night, right? And I think the shit that she's saying is true, like that Karmic doesn't have much of a libido, you know? And I'm going to bet, like, when she, remember the time when there was the bro thing, when she came in the room, right?
Bro. Yeah.
Remember that? And he got caught. I'm going to imagine she just came home to grab something and caught him, right? Like, he thought he was alone and he got busted. I think he's a sneaky little prick, and
he thought he said she thought he was drinking and she canceled the gig or left her gig or whatever to get him. But
right, but he also
I'm more
said,
with you. She probably just walked in unexpectedly. It wasn't like she was looking for anything. She just went back to the Motel 6 or whatever.
Wait, what's this bro thing? I've never heard this one.
I think they were at Gilly's apartment or something, and he was streaming, and she had left. And then she came in. She must have like left something there or whatever. And she popped in the door and she caught him. And he was like hammered. And he's been then complaining that like she canceled the gig because she suspected he was drinking, which he was. But
This
that's
was online. He was, of course,
gotta feel
he's
bad.
missing the whole point, Hughezy. He was online, streaming live, and you could hear in the background say "bro" when she walked in the room. That's all.
Well, you gotta feel bad for if she's cancelling the gig. All those people at Madison Square Garden must have been furious.
I know. But it's like sitting at home, you know, you're watching porn and then your wife walks in, kind of thing.
Let's dig into that. How many times has that happened to you, Buckman?
Never. I don't watch pornography. I'm a good boy. Yeah, the money thing. Look, the money thing interested me. I'm trying to put. It's like a spider web, you know, and I'm trying to make connections maybe where they really aren't. But I gotta believe that like she's out doing these shows, like she's on the road and doing stuff, and Karmic is lazy, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
And it's like he's not making money. And is there a chick on the planet that is gonna like wants to hang around with a lazy guy?
Latanya Vegas.
If you know one, hook me up.
Possibly, yeah. But it's like I don't know. I got a
most
feeling
women want like an ambitious guy, and you know that's doing something and is going to kind of provide and doesn't want to sit around. It had to be incredibly boring for him too, like sitting around these crappy motels, hotels, you know, in Shittsville, Alabama, or you know Tennessee, or you know, it's not like she was touring L.A. or New York or Miami or stuff like that, right? They were mainly going to small town USA, which I love, but sitting around all day in a hotel room is going to be, because to your point, it doesn't seem like he was out exploring by himself.
I mean, but the man lives in a shack in desolate Minnesota, so
Yeah, it's probably the big city.
you know, Dothan, Alabama is probably like paradise to this guy.
But they probably only spoke about Pat Dixon all day.
Probably.
Yeah, can you believe a Pat Dixon? I don't know whose impression that was. But that's what I'm just not buying. I think the whole thing was done to troll Pat. It didn't work. Pat seems to be doing pretty well with whatever the fuck he's got going on.
We gotta hope that she and Pat get back together to really bring this thing home.
No.
I honestly don't think that David Chandler could pay Dixon enough to fuck her.
I don't know.
Again.
All right.
Well, I don't know. He could pay Granny enough either, because she is, after all, a girl. But who knows? What do you call it, man? All right, so I'm going to say, look, I don't think it's a work. I think.
Really? I've never heard you say that.
I think this is a legit breakup. And I hate to say it, but I'm falling on Gilly's side on this one. I wish I didn't know about the Dixon stuff, because then I would be 100% in with it's all Karmic's fault. But I just picture him as being a tiresome partner, right? Could you imagine how much? Because everything, like, no matter what it is, it's always somebody else's fault. The guy never takes responsibility for anything. Could you imagine having to listen to this guy all day long?
She's a cunt as well. I remember she kept going on MLC and everything she said. It was another story to go on to talk about how Pat was a dick, and Pat fucking once farted during the cinema during the quiet part. It was very awkward and it stank. That's the type of woman she is, and she bores me. They bore me.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end up. But it kind of bores me. I haven't thought about Karmic in a really long time. And I'm more interested in it because of the people who are interested in it as opposed to the two of them.
And hey, Adam.
Hey, Dirty Rat.
Dirty Rat's a good boy. He is. Check him out on the YouTube channel.